Number 9. T-28 Super Heavy Tank. Imagine a tank with 4 sets of tracks. It looks less like a normal tank and more like a moving fortress. In 1945, the United States completed the T-28. It was designed during World War II. The goal was simple: break through heavily defended enemy positions. Its front armor was extremely thick, and its huge 105mm gun could attack fortified targets. The T-28 was also incredibly heavy. It weighed around 95 tons. That is roughly the weight of more than 15 adult elephants. But there was a problem. It was painfully slow. Its top speed was only around 13 kilometers per hour, and the war ended before it could prove itself in combat. The T-28 was powerful, but power without mobility has a price, and the next tank pushed that idea even further. Number 8. Challenger 2. Now imagine a tank designed to survive where ordinary vehicles would not. In the 1990s, Britain introduced the Challenger 2. It was built around one major idea: protect the crew. Its heavy armor became one of its greatest strengths. The tank also carried a powerful 120mm main gun. Advanced sights helped the crew find and attack targets from long distances. It could move across rough ground while carrying more than 60 tons of armor. That's like putting dozens of family cars into one vehicle. But the Challenger 2 was more than just a heavy tank. Its real strength was the combination of armor, firepower, accuracy, and battlefield experience. But warfare was changing. Thick armor alone was no longer enough. Modern tanks needed better sensors, better technology, and faster reactions. And the next tank was built around exactly that idea. It focused heavily on technology, and it was about to take tank warfare to another level. Number 7. K2 Black Panther. South Korea wanted a modern tank, but not just another tank. It needed a machine that could fight across mountains, hills, and difficult terrain. The result was the K2 Black Panther. It entered service in the 2000s, and it looks almost futuristic. The K2 carries a powerful 120mm cannon, but its real strength comes from its technology. Advanced sensors constantly watch the battlefield. The crew can quickly detect and track targets. Its suspension is also highly advanced. The tank can raise or lower its body, and even adjust its position on uneven ground. This gives the K2 an important advantage. It can aim and fire from positions where many other tanks would struggle. And despite weighing around 55 tons, it can still move at high speed. That's like making a building-sized machine move like a sports car. But speed is not its only advantage. The K2 was designed to help its crew see more, react faster, and survive longer. It combines armor, firepower, mobility, and smart technology into one machine. But the next tank is famous for something even more important: survivability, and its design was built around keeping the people inside alive. Number 6. Merkava Mark IV. Imagine designing a tank with the crew's survival as the first priority. That was one of the main ideas behind Israel's Merkava. The Merkava Mark IV became one of its most advanced versions. It carries a powerful 120mm cannon, but its design is unusual. The engine is positioned toward the front. This creates an extra layer of protection between incoming fire and the crew. The rear section can also carry soldiers or equipment, but the real surprise is its active protection system. It can detect incoming anti-tank threats and attempt to destroy them before they hit. That sounds like science fiction, but it became reality. Advanced sensors also help the crew find targets quickly. The Merkava is built around one simple idea: protect the crew. But some tanks follow a very different philosophy: destroy the enemy before the enemy can respond. Number 5. Leopard 2 A7. Germany's Leopard 2 family has been evolving for decades, and the Leopard 2 A7 represents one of its most advanced forms. At first glance, it may look like a traditional tank, but inside is a very different machine. It carries a powerful 120mm cannon. Its fire control system helps the crew engage targets accurately. Its armor can be upgraded for different missions, and its advanced electronics give the crew a much better view of the battlefield. The Leopard is also known for combining heavy protection with impressive mobility. Think of it as a heavily armored sports car, except the sports car weighs more than 60 tons. It can move across rough terrain. while carrying enough armor to protect its crew from serious threats. Its sensors also help the crew detect targets faster, giving it an advantage before the first shot is even fired. But even this machine has competition because the next tank became famous for surviving some of the toughest battles of the modern era. Number 4. M1 Abrams. The M1 Abrams entered service in the United States in the early 1980s, and it changed the idea of what a modern battle tank could be. It was fast, heavily armored, and extremely powerful. Later versions received major upgrades. The M1A2 SEP added improved sensors, better electronics, and advanced protection. One of its most unusual features is its engine. Instead of a traditional diesel engine, the Abrams uses a gas turbine. It sounds almost like a jet engine, and it gives the tank incredible power. The Abrams can also operate at high speed despite weighing more than 60 tons. But there is a cost. That powerful engine consumes enormous amounts of fuel. Still, the Abrams became one of the world's most recognizable tanks, but number 3 was built for an entirely different era, and it was terrifying. Number 3. IS-7. In 1945, the Soviet Union began developing something extreme, the IS-7. It was designed as a super heavy breakthrough tank, and almost everything about it was enormous. The tank weighed around 68 tons. Its main weapon was a massive 130mm cannon that is larger than the gun found on many modern tanks. Its armor was also incredibly thick. Some parts of the turret reached around 250 millimeters. Imagine standing in front of a wall of steel. Then imagine putting that wall on a tank. The IS-7 was not just heavy, it was surprisingly fast for its size. Its powerful engine could push it towards 60 kilometers per hour, but there was a problem. It was too expensive, too complicated, and too heavy for the Soviet military to produce in large numbers. Only a handful of prototypes were built. And then, there was number 2, a tank so massive, it makes the IS-7 look almost normal. Number 2, Panzer VIII Maus. Imagine a tank weighing almost 190 tons. That is heavier than dozens of cars. It was more than 10 meters long, and its armor was so thick that many weapons of its time struggled to defeat it. This was the German Panzer VIII Maus. Developed during World War II, the Maus was designed as an armored monster. It carried a massive 128mm main gun, and it had a second 75mm cannon beside it. Its armor reached around 220mm in some areas. But then reality hit. A tank this heavy was extremely difficult to move. It was slow, it consumed huge amounts of fuel, and normal bridges could not safely carry it. Only 2 hulls were completed. The Maus never entered combat. It was simply too extreme. But if you think the biggest tank must be the most powerful, number 1 proves that size is not everything.